Hi everyone. In the series of econometrics, we will continue our third video that is on the types of data. So in econometrics, we are studying three types of data may be available for the empirical analysis. First one is time series, cross-section, and pool data. And one more kind of data I'm going to discuss after this. So one by one, we would understand what is time series data. So time series data means we are talking about we are collecting observations, right, on the values that a variable takes at different times. Means at different time period we are collecting values of the same set of observation. So such data may be collected at regular time intervals such as daily, like for example stock prices, weather reports; weekly, like money supply figures; monthly, that means we are talking about, let's say, employment rate, what's going on; CPI, like consumer price index, what's going on; quarterly, like GDP, and every quarter we are collecting GDP rate; and annually, like, for example, government budgets, right? Each time we are getting new budget after each financial year. And here is conventionally that is every 5 years, example, census of manufacturers. And here is, we can say like decades. So decadally, that is every 10 years, like census of the population. So these all are example of the time series data. Means because at the various time period, we are collecting same kind of data, same kind of observations, मतलब set of observations. And here is cross-sectional data. So cross-sectional data are the data on one or more variables collected at the same point in time, such as the census of population conducted by the Census Bureau every 10 years. So we are comparing GDP, inflation, and other statistics of 15 countries for a particular year, 2023 and 2024. For example, if I will take one more example of the cross-section data, suppose we are collecting unemployment data of various states. Let's say we have taken into consideration 15 states. And all these 15 states, we just want to get the what is the unemployment rate in the past year, let's say 22, 23 or 23, 24. What is the unemployment rate existing in this particular year from the various states? But we are talking about, let's say, unemployment rate, interest rate, and other sort of these things we are going to collect. So that is known as the very good example of the cross-section data. Next, we come to the pool data. When we are talking about pool data means it is the combination of both time series as well as cross-section data. Right? We have understand time series data means because time wise at the different time period we are collecting the same set of data observation. But cross section data means at that one particular time period we are collecting different various kinds of data, right? So here is that is the combination of both time series as well as cross section data. But one more term existing, panel, longitudinal or micro panel data. So panel data, it is basically a subset of longitudinal data where observations are for the same subject each time. Means we have special type of pool data in which the same cross-sectional unit, say a family or a firm, is surveyed over the time. Here is, I have taken one very good example from book of Gujarati, Basics of Econometric. That is the title of that book. For example, the US Department of Commerce carries out a census of housing at periodic intervals. At each periodic survey, the same household or the people living in the same address is interviewed to find out if there has been any change in the housing and financial conditions of the household since the last survey. By interviewing the same household periodically, the panel data provides very useful information on the dynamic of the household behavior. So, such kind of data we are calling it that is the panel longitudinal data. So, these are the most important term. Let me highlight these terms. I was talking about. Yes, this one is the same subject each time. And that is the panel data is a subset of longitudinal data where observations are for the same subject each time. So over the time, like for example, this one is the pool data in which the same cross-sectional unit, say a family or a firm, is surveyed over So I hope all these kinds of data that would be helpful to you when we are going to start analysis of in data set in the any software. Let's say I am going to use this data this time. So we would understand what kind of data is this, because we are going to select whether it's a time series data or it's a cross section data or pool data. So I'm sure this video would be helpful, and stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.